Alright guys, Rampedo Vic here. Gonna work on the valley cover. Do bolts. Me and Grandma Big did center bolts and decided to rip out last time, so we're fixing to go through it, talk about it. Alright. I went in and ran a longer bolt through here, so I still have threads down in because I ended up, as we actually take a drop that in there. That's how much thread you got. You got all them threads. So with the little bolt, let's see if I can show it. Come on, focus. Look at the difference in thread. Now you figure probably that much is the valley cover and gasket. I still got quite a bit of thread. Now what I did was I went ahead and went on and got me some ICT billet valley cover bolts, which for the later ones had the larger head. So I went ahead and put one in to test it and went down and went click click, done. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and change all these out except these two. I'm gonna leave these two, the long ones. I don't want to end up tearing any more threads out. I've heard of people breaking them off. I've heard of people go torque it down and it tears the bolt off. So, and that was a 10, I believe. Yes, sir. So this one's already in, nice and tight. All right, let's go ahead and pull these other ones out. I'm just gonna do one at a time and torque it down, since we already tightened a bunch of them down. Alright, one of the old ones, there's one of the new ones. And what I am doing is put a little lube on it. Just spraying a little bit of lube. Alright. So it's fun. Which, by the way, the torque on these is 18 foot-pounds on the valley cover on the larger bolts. So, and this is the scary part. Yeah. This one torqued and it popped. Hear it? But it's scary when you know it's tight. It seems like it's tight enough and it doesn't want to click. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna go ahead and, I don't want to tear all these threads out, so I'm gonna get them pretty close, and that's as far as I'm going. I don't care. 1-2 pounds is not gonna matter. I don't want to tear the threads out. If you tear all the threads out, you're redrawing them, you're putting time serves in them, and I'm not doing that, or whatever you want to call them. Some people call them time serves, some people call them Healy coils, or just still thread you add. So I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna put them in, tighten the piss out of them, and I'm done. I don't want to end up having to replace all the threads in the top of my block. I've heard a lot of horror stories about these things breaking off and everything else, so not gonna do that. Give it a little bit of lubage. It's funny. Other than the head bolts, the crank, connecting rods, I never use a torque wrench on anything. I just tighten it down, went done. You know, small block Chevy days and stuff like that. Small block Fords, never had a problem with it. Just you put them in. Now these, all of a sudden on YouTube, you have to take, torque every single bolt down. It's got to be exactly perfect, and we never did that in the old days. Oh guys, tell me the truth. When was the last time you used a torque wrench on anything besides heads, rods, and main bolts? You didn't use torque wrenches. You tighten down with, you were done. That might have been the reason why everything leaked back then. But hey, My 307 and my Chevelle didn't leak anywhere. So we didn't do it back then. And all of a sudden everything has to be torqued. I mean, if you're building a 5,000 horsepower race engine or a 2,000 horsepower race engine, I can see that. But for a daily driver, you're just going to get in and beat the brakes off of it a little bit. Why it's got to be perfect? Yeah, see, this is already way past what I would have torqued it normally. It's scary. Especially after these two decided to rip off. I called ICT Billet, talked to them guys, and they said there's no other long bolts. Now, I've read where there's 20 millimeter bolts and 30 millimeter bolts. Yeah, I'm not tightening that tight because they're already feeling like they're right on the verge of tearing the threads out. I'm not doing that. But I've heard a lot of horror stories. People tearing threads out and this and that, bolts breaking off as soon as they go to torque them. I'm seriously 18 foot-pounds and the bolts are breaking off? That makes no sense. But I'm gonna run, man, snuggle up a little bit, give them a little wet fur, and leave it alone. I still guarantee you it's not gonna leak. So if I tighten it down to 16 foot-pounds instead of 18, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna leak. Pretty sure. If it does, guess what? Oh well, it's a temporary engine. I don't care. Of course, I'm gonna get a whole bunch. Oh my God, it's not right. It's not perfect. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of armchair cowboys telling me I'm wrong. Oh, you're wrong. You shouldn't have done that. Oh, it's not correct. It's not perfect. Okay. Well, most of them is gonna run their mouth. It's probably never turned a wrench. They're just parroting what they've heard. I try to make everything as perfect as I can. I try to, follow torque sequences, follow everything. But when I know it's just going to tear damn threads out, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. And when I know it's tight and it's pretty close to what it needs to be, for something like this, not the heads, not the crank, not the connecting rods, I'm talking about the dolly cover, something like that. It doesn't need to be that perfect. Us older folk that's worked on engines forever. Torque wrench, what's that? We pulled it out for the heads, the connecting rods, and the main caps. Other than that, we didn't use it. Not even for connecting the transmission. You put the torque converter on, done. Put the transmission bolt on, done. Perfect. How many cars were out there running down the track? People didn't use torque wrenches on that, most of that stuff. See? Most people didn't use torque wrenches on that stuff. Look. Click, click. Click, click. I'm pretty sure that's tight. That's actually really tight. So, look. Good enough. Damn it. Actually pretty tight. And there's going to be a bunch of people out there running their mouths in the comments, and some of them know what they're doing, and some of them just never touched a wrench, but they parrot what they hear on social media. Oh, but you can't do that because they heard somebody else say it. Problem is with social media, a lot of people like to parrot what they hear. And they're spitting off what they say, what they hear. Some say the same thing, It don't make any sense. It makes no sense. All right. Let me tell you something. Most people making videos pick up that torque wrench just because of the videos and they don't want to hear people's lip. Other than that, they wouldn't even pick up a torque wrench except for what? Heads? Connecting rods? Names. That's it. They wouldn't even put it up. They wouldn't even pick it up. But they do that to keep from listening to people's mouth. And my heater just died. That's all right. This week I'm going to try to pick up one of them Amazon diesel heaters that they've been using overseas forever. In Europe and in Asia and everything. But they were never allowed here. Why? because they were cheap and they worked. So, you know, capitalism. Can't have something here that works, that's cheap. Can't have something here that's cheap that works, because then we'll lose money. But since Temu and Wish and all them came around, now all of a sudden there's some cheap stuff out there. So now Amazon and everybody's carrying them. I mean, $117 and he's 275 square foot. Supposedly a gallon of diesel fuel lasts, 8 hours on high. I think it's on the 8,000 BT, the 8,000. There's a 5 and an 8. I'm not sure. There's a 5 and an 8. I don't know if it's how that works. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to pick one of those up this week, because that little buddy heater I got, it's not very good. It's okay in here as long as it's 40 degrees, 50, 40, high 30s. But as soon as it dips a little bit lower than that, it loses. It can't handle it. With the ridge vent and of course the E vents and all that stuff, because it's a shed. This is not a shop. It's a shed. Right. I still need to put the flywheel on, which I can't put it on because of the design of it with it on the engine stand. So I'm gonna have to rig something up and get it off the engine stand, put it on, bolt it down, remount it to the engine stand. Then I can put the starter on, drop the intake on, and I can start wiring stuff up, work towards the fire up on the stand. So I'm gonna fire it up on the engine stand, and that night when I do it, when I finally do fire it up, I'm going live. I'm gonna get the grandkids here that all had their hands in this engine, which was quite a few of my grandkids had their hands in this engine. I want all of them here, and I'm gonna go live when I do it. That way they can see their eyes when it goes blah, 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 blah. They're gonna be here. I want to see their eyes because they were part of it. That's what I want to see. Now, I've had a lot of people tell me that's what they want to see. They want to see the grandkids' faces when something they had to do with comes to life. Even my wife, Grandma Vic, had her hands in this engine too. She helped torque that head down. Alley Cat, my granddaughter, helped torque this head down. And when it fires off, that woman in the house in there, she's sick, so she's not out here, but that woman in the house in here is the first engine she's ever touched. When it fires off, she's gonna be excited. She's gonna be happy she had something to do with it. This is a family project. It's mine and Grandma Vic's. This is our project. This is what we're doing. But I started making the videos for the grandkids to follow. What I didn't expect is them want to come over and help. I thought they were just gonna watch the videos. No, they wanted to come over here and put their fingers in it. And I'm glad they did. I've had a lot of fun with them. We've cut up, we've had fun. Especially David in the beginning. I mean, you go back and watch the earlier videos where I showed him how to, gap rings and set the pistons, and we were cutting up having fun. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It probably meant more to me than him. To actually have one of my babies over here. I mean, he's not a baby. He's in his late teens now. But to come out here and actually be with Grandpa and have fun and relax and just goof around and go at it, that meant a lot to me. It meant a lot. I don't know how many more years I have to be able to do this. So I'm already pushing 50, so I mean, I got a long time left, but you never have as much time as you want to spend time with your family and have fun, You never do. Especially being that they're growing and they're doing what they do, Time stops for no man or woman, ever. The most precious commodity in the world is time. I mean, people say information. It's not information, it's time. For a family person, a family man like me, or a family mother, a family person, time is your most precious commodity. It always is. You always want more time. You don't never have enough time with your spouse. You didn't have enough time with your kids, or you just didn't have enough time. Time is your most precious commodity. Anybody that's actually a family man, family woman, or whatever, however you want to say it. Time is the most precious thing of all, because you never have enough. You never do. You can call me sentimental, you can call me a punk, you can call me whatever you want. But that's the honest truth. Ask any family person out there. Time is the most precious commodity of anything out there. So we don't have so much time. We don't know how long we have. You know, I might go to work tomorrow, get run off the road and smack a guardrail and be gone. You don't know. That's why we've gotten used to it over years, but even when I go to the bathroom, take a shower, I kiss Grandma before I get in the shower. Every night or morning, whichever. I kiss her before I get in the shower. I might slip in the shower and break my neck. I want that woman to know I loved her before I got in there and something happened. She might go in there and slip and break her neck. Yeah, I'm sentimental. I am. I'm a family man. I love my family. I work for my family. I do everything I can for my family. Somebody that's not a family person that can't understand that, you can't relate. You never will. But anyways, so I'm leaving that long bolt in there because the threads, you know, a little bit of the threads were messed up. So dolly cover's on. So I'm gonna start working towards getting the flywheel on, but that will not be on this video. So thanks for following along with the grandkids. Eliana, you got school, get in bed, baby. David and all you guys get in bed. You got school tomorrow, except the ones that go to work tomorrow. So I love you guys. Be good. Listen to your mothers. All right, everybody. Thanks for following along, listening to me flap my gums and everything. I really appreciate it. But if you're a family man, you understand what I'm saying, okay? If you're a family woman, you understand what I'm saying. Other than that, deuces!